Welcome to the Icon Show. This is the space where iconic coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs share their stories, their lessons, their legacies as they build these businesses and they give back. I'm your host, Jordan Lynae.
I'm Melissa Evans.
And we're your hosts on the Icon Show. And we're so excited every single week. We will bring you raw, real, honest conversations with powerhouse women and men who are really rewriting the rules of success. And we're so happy to be here with all of you and just the raw, all the things.
Awesome. So guys, we're so excited because we're kicking this off today with our stories. Would it be cool? Would it be okay if we share our stories and why we actually want everyone to step into their iconic energy online? I know that's what Jordan and I have done, and it's taken years, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, both in our stories. You're going to hear a little bit about our stories today and why. And so I'll just tell you that I've been in sales for 22 years and I've been leading multi-million-dollar teams and made millions of dollars myself. And I felt called to do something more in the world. And when I came into the online space, here's what I noticed. So many coaches didn't have their businesses calibrated to a voice that could take them to millions. And that's been a mission of mine for a long time, is to help coaches break through that $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 barrier to millions in their business and calibrate. And it all comes down to voice.
Yeah.
And I met Jordan, I think it was at, I'm going to pull back the curtain here, 3
Yes.
a.m. on a sofa in a bar. No, we weren't drunk. We were coming off the high of an amazing
out of
event.
a huge mastermind. So we had been in this mastermind and our minds are blown and all the things. And
yes. And all of a sudden we didn't even talk that much during the event. And although we knew each other, and there was this connection over shared mission at 3 a.m. that made us start not only this podcast, but an empire that we're building together. So that's my story. I'd love to, Jordan's story is amazing. I'd love to let her share a little bit about her history and why she's so called to do the things that we're doing.
Yes, full body chills. Just so honored to be on this journey with you and the legacy and taking these women and men higher up, so into their higher calling. So yes, a little bit about me. I've been an entrepreneur for over 15 years. I had created multiple brick and mortar businesses, very successful, top of the town, and then have also created multiple $1 million companies. And my mission has really been to help others level up and step into their higher calling, to be able to bring in more of that income. Because when we have income, we're able to impact more lives. We're able to help more people, and our voices are shared to the world. Our voices are so powerful. Just Melissa and I coming together on all these things, we have just felt the love and the light and being able to give that to so many people.
Wow. Well, that is so powerful, Jordan. You know what came to mind when you were saying that was this idea that everyone talks about being a money magnet, but they don't think about that they're actually a money conduit. And when you're able to help other people amplify their voice and make money, you create wealth. And one of the things that Jordan's not talking about, which is part of both of our messages, is that when she built these $1 million businesses, many of you guys think $1 million business means a lot of work and you've got a huge team and you're struggling to have free time. That's not what Jordan did. And that's not what I did in my career. And so the gap in the industry right now is if someone's stuck in a Zoom room, if they're stuck in implementation, they're making money, but they're feeling like they're dancing with a gorilla every day. There's an iconic way to build a business that will free you. And it all starts with owning your voice. And as she said, when your voice is amplified, you make more money, you become magnetic, all of the things. So it's about identity first, and then systems that scale with freedom. And the people that'll be on this show want that, or doing that, or scaling to that. And that's really at our heart. We see in the industry right now, entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants they have beautiful stories to tell, but they're so stuck trying to do what all the gurus. We know the gurus, right? All the gurus online. Have you seen a guru with the perfect teeth and the gorgeous abs and maybe the perfect strategy that seems to be like magic? And yet you buy the course and then it doesn't work for you and you wonder why. Well, because there's not magic. There's just your voice, your iconic energy, and the strategy that takes you where you need to go. So this is our passion, right? I mean, I don't know if you want to add anything to that, but to me, that's the passion of what we do is
That's
like, let's
why
free these women and men and show them how to make a lot of money while they are stepping into their voice. Their voice, there's only one you online. There might be a million coaches that are energy coaches or business coaches, but there's only one you. And what is the saying? Is this your tribe knows your voice? We knew each
they
other's
come to
voice the
you.
minute
Yes, they
we
are
met.
drawn to you. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, something, and I don't know what to pivot to, but
So
it's
that's
like,
fine. Yeah.
well, let me do this, Jordan. Like, why don't we do what we do with our clients, and let's just ask each other a couple questions. Like I would love to. Maybe I haven't even asked you these questions. Maybe we can get to know each other even better on this podcast. Like, we
Mhm.
talked about what inspired us to get started and why we came together. But what's the vision for you? What do you see the vision for this podcast and
Yeah.
for the people that we have on? What is it that you see for these iconic leaders?
Oh my gosh. Just stepping into their era. No more of the doing, 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 and being so much in that masculine and more into the flow and what we have created to be able to allow more of that flow and that energy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Surrender.
I'm like, speak the word surrender is a big, big, huge, huge
That's
word.
been in my vocabulary lately because I read a book called The Surrender Experiment, all about surrendering. And I used to think that surrender meant when you surrender, it all feels good. Things that you want come. But sometimes
Mhm.
surrender feels hard when we have to step through really challenging times and we're having to step into our iconic energy. We're expanding. And that's one of the things that's happening right now as we build our podcast, as we build our company. And there's many of you guys out there that are going through that too, where you're
Mm,
building and you're in an age of not reaping, but sowing. You're in the sowing stage of your business right now, and you're wondering when you're going to reap. And
mm,
sometimes the reaping is right on the other side of that really big stretch that you're making.
mm.
So I'm learning that, surrendering to what you want is a huge part of stepping into your iconic energy. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a big thing that holds people back, Jordan.
Yeah, just to add to the whole surrender and all the things, like I was saying, I only wanted to have one business. And the surrender just came and, the book, The Surrender Experiment, it is such a huge key on leveling into the iconic, the all the things because when we surrender everything just flows and things that we thought okay well I didn't think I wanted to do that but I allow it to happen and that's a part of the journey and a part of the path. A little bit more on like the little back end of us. And this is why this episode is so much fun because we're doing this all raw today just because we want you to really see the real raw,
Mm.
not scripted, not anything energy today. Um, so this is such a beautiful
Yes,
thing. But
it
yes,
is.
surrender has just been so huge for Melissa and I in all the things.
Yeah, I feel like when you say that too, I find that the biggest thing about being we talk about iconic, becoming iconic all
Mhm,
the time, right? Eight-figure iconic. There are key things that iconic leaders do that seem effortless to most people when they're looking at it, but it's actually work. And one of those is this idea of surrender. And that's a great reason why we brought that up.
mhm,
The other idea is this idea of everyone talks about balance online.
mm,
Balance. We've got to have balance. Balance is really not what it's about. Balance is learning how to hold chaos and still be in your receiving energy. That's the magic of being able to achieve and being able to receive at the same time. And that's very iconic. And when you go into that energy, you become so magnetic to your
mhm.
audience. And it means stepping out of content. Gosh, Jordan and I were just talking about this the other day that everybody online tells you post 3 times a day and do
Ah,
all of these things and do all the things and be seen, but you're
mhm,
being seen for the wrong reasons and you're not your voice isn't coming through. And there's a better way. There's a better
mhm.
way to receive that energy and to get your voice into the world without having to be on and doing 24/7. And we're both really passionate about showing people how to do that because
We
Jordan,
have some secret
we've done some
sauce
research.
coming.
The research shows
Mhm,
1% of what are the statistics? It's a 4.5 as we speak, maybe more now, $4.5 billion industry, the coaching industry and consulting
mhm.
industry. 1% of coaches online make over $1 million, and 88% of coaches make less than $10,000 a month. And there's a gap in between. And the reason there's a gap is because there are some strategies that are missing in the market. And there are people out there, I know that I'm looking at them right now virtually, or they're seeing me virtually,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they're saying, I'm that person. I'm at 300,000. I'm at 200,000. I'm at 400,000. And I'm feeling like I'm dancing with a gorilla right now. I feel like I'm constantly working in my business. I'm putting out content. I'm churning everything out. I have a team, but this is not sustainable. You're right. And it's not the way. The iconic way of doing things is owning your voice and turning your voice into leverage. And we're excited because we have some things coming up in our business where we're going to show women how to do this, where literally they can get up and spend just a couple hours a week and create 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures in their business. So I don't know, you want to talk a little bit about that or share something about that, Jordan, but
Melissa, how
that's
many
what I'm really
years did
passionate
it
about.
take to really dial in on all of this? That's
And how much should we spend?
right there. I know we were actually talking about that the other day, and we were adding up how much we have spent on learning what we know.
Yeah. Yeah. And some of it was just to get into the room,
Yeah.
because there's something about that's the one of the iconic principles is get in the room with other iconic people who are making those moves, and you'll learn more from seeing the actions taking place. But I know that I've spent at least 200, I'm kind of embarrassed, but maybe
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
about $250,000 worth
Yes.
of money on coaches and consultants to get, and all of that was always beneficial. And sometimes it was a good spend, ultimately and not, but I always learned something from the process. And you heard the phrase
And then,
collapse time. I
yeah.
can collapse time now that I've spent all those years, and I can help other coaches do it if they're ready. And so can you. And that's why we're so passionate about it, is we want to take everything we've learned, and I don't know, 5 years of trial and error to finally say, oh, it's about my voice and my energy and about a simple system that scales without you having to be present, and then automate it. Boom.
Did you hear that?
Automate it. That's a big word that
Oh,
probably
that
can
is
mean a
such
lot
a
of
big
things to a lot of
word.
people.
It's such a big word. And
So I don't know if
everything,
you,
that's the 250,000. I mean, just the years and years of the trial and the doing and trying to figure it out. When it's getting in the room, it's leveraging the who.
yeah, do you know, we had to pay to figure that out on our own. Do you realize we thought it was going to be hard? How many of you guys out there think it's going to be hard?
Mm,
Building a business is going to be hard. So I have to spend a lot so I can learn the hard things. And then you realize after you spend the money to learn the hard things, it seemed way too simple to you. And then you thought you got scammed. Like,
mm,
well, this is way too simple. This wasn't worth it. And that's because you were in a poverty. Okay, let me speak come
yes,
from
yes.
mine.
You're
I was in
going.
a
This is why this
poverty
episode is
mindset.
so amazing because you're getting the all the things, and they're all gonna be, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, I was like in this mindset of, well, I just spent $60,000 for that person to tell me this. It can't be that easy. I just got ripped off. And then I'd go to the next coach and the next coach. $250,000 later, I realized it is easy.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready to receive it. And when I was ready to receive it and realized that I don't have to work hard to make millions, I can work smart and leverage. And if I can hold a little more chaos where I can add more things in and I can be excited about gamifying my business, I can literally do it with just a couple of hours a week of coaching, maybe not even that, and just really doing the things that I love. And it's all about your voice, guys. So that's what this show's about. It's like, this is why we want to get people on the show, is to be seen, present, share their voice.
Their stories, their legacies, the hard times, the what got them to where they are now.
You know, there's stories and there's stories too, guys. If I could get serious for just a minute, I don't want to bring down the room or anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring down the room. But behind every iconic leader is a really powerful, deep story that makes them not only fear to be seen, but also want to step fully into being seen. Do you get it? It's two sides of the same coin. And the pendulum swings both ways. The more extreme the story, the more exciting the impact is going to be on the other side. But Jordan and I both have those stories, and we don't necessarily have to share those today, but I'll share a synopsis of
And
that
it's
for you
just
guys here.
a little bit of the
I'll
story
share
would
a
be
little
good.
bit of a
Yeah,
synopsis of that.
yes. Give a
I was
little.
on a podcast recently and I shared my story about my business, right? The professional story. It was really
Mhm.
cool. we closed the podcast. And at the end of the podcast, she said, well, tell me a little bit more about you. And I started telling her about my childhood trauma story and how at 6 years old, I started to hide. I thought the world was scary. And I'm in my 50s now. For 50
Mm,
years, every decision I made was about hiding, which
mm,
made me, because I believe we're here to be seen and to own our voice, I was slowly dying inside, right? And so I was unhappy. I was overweight, marriage failing, all the business failing, all of these things going on. And I shared that story of how I came out on the other side of that, and that my
mm,
calling was to help women break through those stories and be seen. That was really at my deepest calling. And the woman who was interviewing me said, why don't you share that on camera? I said, I don't know. It's not really related to my business, just, but I'm going through that right now. And you sharing your story just inspired me to be seen.
mm.
So guys, what is that
I-
deep story? And
Yeah.
Jordan can share whatever she wants to. She has to share anything deep, dark secret, but
And it's
you
so
know,
amazing that we have these stories to be able to impact, in that time. It's really, really hard, but when we come through to be able to share that, to be able to impact more lives. So mine was a bit, yeah, I had a company that I was all over the place, live, and just really being seen, because when we're seen, people see you and they want to, you're just creating so much impact. And so had created this company, went to go launch a brand new product. And at that time, it was super exciting, so excited. And then all of a sudden, I get a message from my child, and they're like, hurry up, get. It was interesting because at that time I had called my parents and I'm like, can you just watch the kiddos for just a little while? I'm launching this brand new thing I'm so excited about. And I go and I'm launching it. And I'm so excited. It went so good. Biggest launch ever. And I get a text message from my daughter, and she's like, hurry up. Papa's not breathing. And during that time that I launched that, my dad had passed away. And so that put me into a deep hole of being able to share my voice, being able to be seen. And I know that that's not what my dad ever wanted. So, but slowly I got there. And what Melissa and I are doing right now is so just the impact of, I just keep on saying
wow.
impact, but it's really the iconic. It's being able to live through these, to be able
To be able to, yes.
to,
Yeah, because if I don't know if you guys can tell on screen that I'm actually crying, and let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something really phenomenal that's going on right now in both Jordan and my life is, and can we be spiritual for a minute? Is it okay? And some people can scroll away, but both Jordan and I are very spiritual. And we won't go into all of that, but there is a reason why we're together. There is a healing that's going on between the two of us, between our stories. And that's something amazing that can happen for everyone when you share your story in the right place with the right person. And sometimes the universe just puts you in the right place. It heals you. And I'm just going to say this, that Jordan, this
yeah.
was a huge thing that Jordan
Mhm.
just shared that story on camera.
Mhm.
That's why I'm crying right now, because we just came from an event where she's had this very big block about sharing that story. And we both got up on stage, and there was a moment when she was on stage, and I hope I can share this, that she just
Mhm.
froze. And it was just, she's had this huge block about sharing that story, and
Mhm.
that it's such a powerful, impactful story. And I know I was smiling when she was telling it,
Mhm.
not because it was a happy story, but because I see the healing and the stepping through. And when you do that, you can impact, it's a ripple effect where you can impact so many
Mm.
lives. And I love that this has been really organic, Jordan, because that's really what we're here to do. We're here to help people heal forward. Does
Mm.
that, not heal and stay in the nurture, like heal forward. And how do you do that? You say, this is a story, I'm going to own it.
Mhm.
I'm going to step in and share it. I'm going to find the person who will be inspired by it. And I'm going to create not only $1 million business so I can give back, but so that I can change the world. It's not about money for money's sake. It's about money with mission. And I'll keep going here, but I feel like that was so
So,
powerful. You just shared that. I know how hard
oh
it
my
really was
god.
for you to share that story on
Yes.
camera.
Oh, I'm so thankful you
The
brought that
story's
up
up.
too. Yeah, and it's so funny because how did you and we sat till 3:30. I had to be on a plane at, I think it was like 4:20 that morning, but we sat we sat
Yeah.
in the lounge of the hotel, and we we created this. And you know, how we created this was us sharing our stories and realizing how much Melissa and I just together, it's wild. I
I've
feel like I've
never
been with you for years and years and years and years, like,
well,
and our
I agree.
parents. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and
I know,
yeah,
for
it was
like
a whole
another
yeah, we could talk about
time.
that too. Well, we need to talk about people on the other side
Yeah.
in episode sometime. But here's the thing too that I find really, really powerful and impactful
Mhm.
about what we're doing. Okay, I'm just going to share a snippet of what have felt like in my life,
Mhm.
and I have always felt like the black sheep in my life, which means where everybody wanted to go left, I wanted to go right. If somebody wanted to climb this mountain, I wanted to go down this street. And I was always misunderstood for those things. And I've had friends tell me, why does everything have to be so big? Why do you want to go so big? Because I'm called to do that. There's just something in me. And when I met Jordan, she was the first person
So
that I
happy you're
met
bringing
that
this.
was also wanted to go big. And when I go, let's build this, just why don't we just build this instead? And it's like we're just constantly ramping up
Mhm.
what we want to do in the world, not because we want to be moguls, but because we want to make an impact.
Mhm.
And
And just
it's
seeing
like
the
you
bigger
find
vision.
your
That's kinda
tribe.
weird that that 8-figure icons talking about our company that we just launched, which is so exciting. But yeah, that's kind of where we're going with that.
Well, and all the pieces, like, let's build this and let's build that. And all of a sudden we're thinking like CEOs with a heart. And I think I know it's surprising to think that Jeff Bezos would say this, but Jeff Bezos has a phrase or a philosophy he lives by when he's meeting leaders. And he says, you got to figure out whether the leader is a mercenary or a missionary. And their motivations are different. Missionaries build
Mhm.
with a purpose. Mercenaries build for money. And he said,
Mm.
I want to align with missionary leaders. Chills, right?
Chills.
That's what this is about. Icon isn't a yes, it's about yes, there's an image and an energy that you project as an
Mhm.
icon that is magnetic, but it's
Mhm.
really about the impact that you're making in the world. And the world is ripe for it right now. The world is
Mhm.
waiting for your voice. The online space isn't about the next big hook
Mhm.
or, the 3 tips for this. It's about here I am. This is what I'm called to do, and I'm looking for you. The secret is learning how to cut through and make that happen. Have your voice talk about what you do in a way that's just as powerful as what you do. That's our mission, really.
Mhm.
And it's okay, guys. If you're a black sheep and you feel like you want something big and everybody around you saying, go small, stop. Why do
Yeah.
you work so hard?
Yeah. Why are you
Didn't
stressed?
Alex Mosey says this all the time? That his family's like, you're unbalanced. Thank you. Unbalanced means I'm scaling.
You're weird. Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Mhm.
yes, so I don't know, Jordan, don't you feel like that there's it's almost like a spiritual awakening through business, really, is how I feel
1,000,000%. Million
about
percent.
it. So,
Yes. It's every single level that we go through a whole nother level. So
mm,
being able to have those tools and what we have combined together. Yeah. So it's the levels, it's the
yes.
difference. And it's thinking, it's being, it's her.
Yes, it doesn't matter if you're making $1,000,000 right now. If you feel stuck and out of balance, there's a reason. It's time to level up again. It's time
Mhm.
to level up again. And you don't have to do it by doing more. You do
Mm.
it by recalibrating your message, your voice, your business to something all new. Wow. So what do we have going? We have a million things going. What do
We have
we
so
want to tell
many
people about some things we
exciting
have
things.
going?
Yes.
I don't
We
even
have
know.
so much excitement and yeah.
Where do we even
Go
start? So Jordan and I have an experience that's coming up. It's a 5-day experience where we
ahead.
take coaches through this calibration. We take them wherever they are, 6 figures, 7 figures and beyond, maybe successful, but definitely feeling like they're missing some balance. And it's not balance for balance sake. So we show them how to calibrate their business to freedom. Can we just say it like that?
Yes.
Can it be that simple? It's not really that. I mean, if it was easy, I wouldn't have spent $250,000 learning it, but it
Oh
is
my
simple. I just wasn't ready to hear
God.
it. If y'all want to learn about that, well, we're going to talk about a lot of things. But if y'all want to learn about that, we're going to put in the show notes an opportunity for you to come and chat with us. We're going to have a 5-day experience called, what did we even call it? The
Business
Voice to
celebration.
Millions.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we could do it.
My gosh, we have
We don't even know what we're doing.
we have
Uh,
that what
the,
we have a couple different events and we're so excited about these events. But yes, it's the voice.
yes. So we have the iconic 8-figure business calibration. We have that event going. And inside that, we're going to teach you how to turn your voice into millions. And believe me, I know you're going to say, is that too good to be true? Well, the fact that you're saying that to yourself means you need to come into the room and
Yes.
learn about it, because I've been there. But we
Mhm.
also have we have another podcast that's coming up called 8-Figure Icons. What else do we have where we're going to really just come on and just talk about all things iconic, all things premium, all things high ticket?
Go into that one's gonna be fun. So we have
Yeah, we have a pop-up
2
party coming
different
up.
pop-up parties. We have the She Is So Iconic.
Yeah. So guys,
There's
you know what
just
you can
so many.
do? Get in our world. Just get in our world. Let us know you. So you can find us on Facebook at 8-Figure Icons. Wherever, like, we're everywhere right now on
Mhm.
8-Figure Icons page, 8-Figure Icons podcast. You can find Jordan on Facebook. You can find me. We just want to get to know you guys. And if you'd love to be on the show, Jordan, how can they get on the show with
And
us?
to hear the stories, yes. So we will drop the link underneath this podcast. Feel free to like it, love it, share it with your friends. We would love to have you on here. We would love to personally meet every single one of you and becoming iconic or stepping into that.
8-Figure Icons. Here we come.
Yes, yes, the 8-figure icons.
Become iconic with us.
I got
Yes.
really excited there.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
just remember, being iconic is something that you don't chase, it's something that you become. We are just
Chills.
so honored to have every single one of you watching our very first episode together. And many, many, many more to come to have all these special guests on here. So again, we will drop the link below for you to grab that, fill it out, and
We look forward to hearing your story, and well, we look forward to hearing your iconic story online and
mhm.
really showcasing your brilliance here on the show. All right, guys. Well, stay
Okay.
beautiful. Stay
Until
beautiful,
next time,
everybody.
stay bold, stay
Stay
brilliant, and
iconic. Yeah.
yeah, stay iconic.